Hello everyone. Oh my lordy lord. Do Wargaming have a headache right now? Holy crap, they have really managed to screw themselves properly this time. Wow. Well, I did in my previous vid, I mentioned that LVM was leaving, Little White Mouse left the CC program, and I heard speculation that Jingles and Flambas and potentially Trenlas would be leaving. Trenlas was actually wrong, I was told wrong, but Jingles and Flambas both left the CC program. And since then, the list of CCs that have left the program has been ever expanding. I'm gonna do a short recap of the people that have left in just a couple of last few days. Ethan, April White Mouse, A to the K 101, Black underscore SK, Chaos Machine GR, Clyde the Monkey, Denarmo, Dobby Mate, Doc Brighter, Flambas, I Chase Gaming, Jingles, yes D Jingles, Mage T, Malimu, Mr. Gibbons, Pointy Haired Jedi, Privateer, The Grumpy Beard, TC Freer, and Yusral. These are people from basically every aspect of the community, and probably people who combined have a significant percentage of the World of Warships English viewer base. And well, they're from other countries as well. And they have all decided to bail on the program. They've all decided, you know what? This company is dog shit, we are done, we're out of here, we no longer want anything to do with Wargaming. So Wargaming, well, they're having a bit of a meltdown. And of course, you know, in classic Wargaming fashion, the best way they think of diffusing this issue right now is, well, they ban anyone who tries to use any of those words. Like if you try to type Little White Mouse or LWM on their official chat, they have a bot that automatically bans you, so you can't mention it. If you try to talk about CCs, you get banned. So I can see where they've learned these tactics. Very old school tactics for sure, silencing the people. But obviously this is not working very well. It's having a significant Streisand effect, and fundamentally, they are in a gigantic shitstorm of a situation right now, because you have to understand how terrible this looks for them. These are people who play the game anyway, and Wargaming literally gives them free stuff. Like, they get free stuff every month. They get the new ships, they get camos, they get flags, they get balloons, they get everything they could wish for and access and all of this. And people are literally like, no thanks, I'd rather just play the game and not have anything to do with you instead. That really sends a message to just how despised this developer is right now. I mean, Wargaming, there's been reason to do this. And the good part here is, of course, that with all these people leaving the program and sharing their experiences, I would say the community has opened their eyes a bit. Even people who were very questioning of any claims about how bad Wargaming are, and basically people who had rose-tinted glasses on and thought that, well, Wargaming isn't that bad, even those people are starting to understand just how terrible of a company they are, and this mass exodus of CCs across the board leaving is really making life extremely difficult for Wargaming. There are a couple guys who stayed, as far as I know, and that actually brings us to our next topic, Euro, you know, like Eurobeat, the guy who does like those meme YouTube vids. Well, he's one of the guys who stayed, and I'm not sure if it's because someone got mad because he's staying, but someone actually posted the stuff Euro has been saying on his Discord, and it's a public Discord. He said it in both private channels and in public channels, and I don't really know the guy, I've never met him, I've never really had anything to do with him. I thought he makes some funny meme vids, and that's pretty much it. But the comments that this guy has been posting has been honestly abhorrent. That's really the best way of putting it. We're talking N-words, we're talking hating on LGBT, we're talking anti-Semitism. I did a poor job of trying like to censor the pictures a bit to show, but these pictures were leaked, and anyone can go on that Discord and find them still, unless they've been deleted by now. But he basically got caught for saying just the most abhorrent shit that you can imagine. Like really, holy shit, like 0 to 100. I had no idea. This has been going on for a long time. Like this dates all the way back to like 2000 and something, 2018 maybe, all the way back 2019. So this is not a new thing. This has been going on for the years, and this is kind of like people have gotten an image of Euro that perhaps they didn't have before. Obviously, this also leaves Wargaming in a really gigantic bit of a bind because, well, they just lost all their big CCs. They have no big CCs. Like the biggest streamers, biggest YouTubers, biggest everyone has left, and the only one they have left right now is Euro. But they've kicked CCs in the past for stuff like this, and I mean stuff that doesn't even come close to this. So now they're really in a bit of a bind. Is like, are they actually going to uphold their normal standards, or are they going to make an exception because their CC program is literally collapsing underneath them? So a lot of us are really looking forward to the next week to see what on earth they're going to do, what is going to be the response to all these multiple fires. They're like literally everything at Wargaming is on fire right now. The house is on fire, the cat is on fire, the car is on fire, even the fire hydrant is on fire right now. Everything that could explode at once is exploding at once for them. I do mention Euro did make an apology, but it was actually a terrible apology. Like it was like kind of a cringe-worthy apology. It was a bunch of, oh, I'm sorry, it was cultural ignorance, and I was just upset at my internet, and like you can find it very easily by googling it. But it obviously didn't go over very well because it was very much I'm sorry I got caught kind of an apology. So he's not really been having a good time. People have not been very impressed by, let's say, the logs that have been coming out. So that's another complete different shitstorm that's brewing at once. So the CC program is just exploding from every possible flank, from every possible side at once, and we have explosions left, right, and center. And I mean, at this point, how have they managed to mismanage their program so poorly that right now I'm more interested in the shit show that's brewing around the game than the actual like stuff that is happening in the game. Like they're literally just adding the biggest new change to the game for years. They're adding submarines to the game, and not a single person is talking about submarines. No one is actually talking about submarines anymore. Everyone is talking about the absolute PR disaster that is currently going on over at Wargaming. So next week is gonna be incredibly spicy. Next week is gonna be incredibly interesting. And I do ask, please do not harass the dudes, but I've seen some people go really ham on people staying in this program. Ultimately, staying in the program should also always be a choice. Some people, well, it's not easy. You gotta remember, it's not as easy for everyone to leave the program, the CC program. It's kind of intentional that way from Wargaming. Like, it gives you a lot of benefits, and losing all of those benefits to make a point, it might be tough for small creators. You gotta remember that. For me, not being in the CC program anymore, well, it kind of just bolstered my viewership, and honestly, it really didn't have any effect on me. But for some dude who's kind of struggling, barely holding on, and the only thing that really gets him to stand out is getting to like preview this new content and all of this, and he needs the resources that he gets from them. You gotta understand, for those dudes, jumping out of the program, it's not that easy. It's a pretty goddamn big leap, and I've already seen some people get actually harassed. Like, I think it was TC3 or someone who was literally harassed on stream because he didn't even know that this was happening, and he was just like, he had been asked to cast a tournament and he got a bunch of shit on him. He left the program later, but like, come on guys, keep some decency at least in this thing. Just because your favorite big content creator left the program, it doesn't mean that everyone else can leave it as easily. It's always going to be a challenge. It's always going to be like, it's always going to be a big hurdle for a small content creator to lose a significant aspect of their content. So I really just wanted to highlight that. Still though, right now, well, I haven't really been focusing much on the upcoming ships. I can tell you that the Zeven Provincien, I actually don't recommend it. I think it's pretty junk. It doesn't really do any damage. The gun DPM is very underwhelming. It's DD levels, and the gimmick of the strike planes is extremely underwhelming. So there's absolutely no reason to get that one. Congress is okay, but really, if you have Alaska, it's a waste of time. And Borodino is really not that special. Honestly, there's not really any new premiums right now that you really need to get. The only one that's apparently quite strong is the Ragnar. But once again, if you have the Småland, probably not worth going for that one as well. So here we have 10 minutes of drama and then like a small recap of, by the way, there's actual ships and stuff happening in this game. Oh my god, this is actually such a disaster right now. But we are looking forward to next week and seeing how on earth what is Wargaming's response going to be to the massive CC exodus, the entire Euro PR bullshit explosion, and just the overall community response. It's, well, bring your popcorn, remember to hydrate. This is going to be an interesting week for sure. I'll talk to you guys next time. Have a great rest of the day.